بالميامين هداتي من بني هاشم بخاتم النبيين أخي الوحي أبي.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, our viewers, and welcome to our show, The Great Trust. In our last session, we spoke a lot on nursing the child, and we got some beautiful, wonderful, mind-boggling points on nursing the child. And I'm sure they were powerful enough to convince some mothers to shift to suckling the child from expressing. And I think it's a reminder that we should always try our best to give our child the best whenever possible, to the maximum. And as a reminder, some etiquettes of feeding, while feeding, it's best to recite a few surahs of Quran, for example, Surah Al-Qadr and Surah Al-Kawthar, and to recite Asma al-Husna like Ar-Razzaq, and it does pass on very, very positive and spiritual points to our child, and it's always for the betterment of his growth. Inshallah, without further delay, we will welcome our Alima Razia Batul Najafi to our show today. And Assalamu alaikum, Alima.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
We have been really waiting to learn some amazing points from you regarding the role of a father, inshallah. We hope to accomplish it today and not delay it anymore. So we will pass on the mic to you, and if you can tell us what actually the fathers have to do during this period of pregnancy or after the child is born. What is their role? I'm sure they have a role because Allah has placed this great trust on the parents, not on the mothers, on the parents, the father and the mother. We learned what a mother can do during pregnancy and while nursing, but what is the father's role to do?
Yeah, definitely, Zahra. Whenever Quran says about the responsibility of bringing of child, so Quran is talking to both parents. Like, for example, in Surah Tahrim, ayat number 6, Allah is saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Like, whoever, the believers. So, definitely, I think man and father has more responsibilities than mother in some aspects. Like, Quran is saying that, oh, believers, protect or save yourself and your family from fire of the hell. So how should I protect myself and my family? As a mother, as a father, I have this responsibility. As I think in the beginning of early some session we have discussed that an-nikahu riqqun, that nikah and this marriage is lifelong commitment. So that's why I think the father's role is not maybe quantity is not that much, but the quality wise is very, very important. It's very, very fundamental, the role which father has. Because the environment in the country, the city, the food, halal food, and the friends, the all in the environment which mother need for bringing the child. Father provides. Father is the best helper, and even I remember about my father that maybe he spends only 5 hours or few hours with me, but because as a father they are very firm, as a man they are very strong. So but their view, their thought, their thinking always remain in our mind. And we know about Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Zahra is the beautiful example which we have. How much our Prophet he has done for Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, for Hazrat Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, alayhi salam. So we have a lot of examples from father. History is full of the best fathers which we have.
We have more examples because we have 12 imams and only one Bibi Fatima. So lots of men examples, lot of father examples.
Definitely. So maybe sometimes mother doesn't know some tips, some techniques of teaching because of lack of education. That's why mother's purity and mother's effort, that chastity, and that is very important. But maybe she doesn't know, she's not that much well known and means literally, the fathers maybe they know better, because nowadays alhamdulillah the both parents they have this opportunity to learn Islam and everything and deen, but before maybe it was like that. So we have a lot of alhamdulillah examples, but I want to say that Islam, the way Islam has given more importance to girls from the beginning. Like Islam says, you should give love and respect. You should show your love to girls more than boys. Yeah, like this is so common that we say if we buy the father buys the gift. Yeah, so first girl. Why? Because tomorrow she's the future mother. She wants to supply that shift, that love to her children. So like that for father and even for husband, Islam says that you have to show your love towards your wife. You have to respect your wife. Why? Because she wants to again supply and gift that love. Because if I have this inferior complex, and I have that I couldn't get that love, then how then I can transfer to others. So Islam says there's so much, I'm the most needy person in love and respect. If I'm full of love and respect, then inshallah I can bring out. So first of all, we know that it brings the tarbiyah, the training starts from the childhood of the girl as a mother. Islam is focusing. Islam knows that there's all psychology behind it. And then other thing which Islam says, that you have to look that the latter which we have discussed about Imam Raza alayhi salam, that one of his companions asked that there are some proposal for my girl, but I don't know, one of them is so bad manner, bad akhlaq, su khulq. Should I give my daughter to him? What Imam said? Imam said never ever. Right. Yeah, if he doesn't have good behavior, good manner, good akhlaq, then then she, even if she is full of manner, she can't bring out the khush akhlaq and good akhlaq children. Because as we know that the child, when child is in the womb of the mother, so in the second or third month child starts to listen. So hearing power is start from the womb of the mother. So unfortunately, if I don't have good relationship with my husband, and my husband is not providing me good akhlaq, and we don't have good communication because of bad akhlaq, so bichara, I said, this poor baby, he's listening and he's saying, I don't know, tomorrow I want to come in this house. I'm so unlucky. It's because I have to listen whole life this kind of talks and communication. So he is listening, and everything has lot of effects. As we know that this I'm sure many of our viewers, they know that this even Japanese photographer, he has done one research on water, the hidden message of water. So because I want to just mention about this point, because it is very important. Because when we say as a Muslim scholars, then we say, okay, bad words has very bad effects, we should recite, like how mashallah you remind us again that we should recite Surah Al-Kawthar, Surah Al-Qadr during nursing, because Surah Al-Qadr is Surah Al-Imama. It brings love of wilayat and imamat in our child. So why? Sometimes we don't understand it. If I'm reciting surah, so what kind of effects will go on my child? And if we don't have good communication, so how he will affect? So this kind of research make our this invisible things visible. Because he says that if you say some very bad words to water, Yeah, if you say, you know, I hate you, so after when you will freeze the water and some crystal will
Crystals
come,
will
yeah, so
form, right.
very ugly crystal on the water. And if we say some beautiful words like respect, like love, you know, so there,
The
you know,
crystals take a very nice form.
yeah. And I have seen on some videos that, you know, some people, they have done this experiment on even cooked rice. And when we put rice on container in the fridge, and they put, you know, they just, even writing has a lot of effects, not talking. So I remember, you know, in Islam we have that, you know, we should write some du'as and put in water and drink. So some people, they, you know, unfortunately they make fun of it and they say, oh, you know what, you are drinking this surah and drinking surah, what does it means? It is not logical. But you know, this kind of experiment, it shows that if you have written some good words on that container, after a few weeks you will see that the rice you know, is still fresh. And the other one where you have written some bad words, the rice is, you know, has gone off, spoiled very quickly, you know, the same in the same time. So it shows that, you know, everything has a lot of effects. Yeah. So when a child in the womb of the mother, he is listening, so I think the father can, you know, give lot of like respect and love and like protect, and you know, lot of help he can do by giving you know, this kind of, by using good words to mother. Because if mother is feeling calm and, you know, peaceful, if she lives in the peaceful environment, definitely it goes, it shifts, yeah, to the child. And yeah, and the, you know, even just I was sometime, you know, I was thinking that why hadith says that if my akhlaq is not good, if I do tawbah, if I repent in front of Allah, my tawbah, my repentance never ever be acceptable in the eyes of Allah. Do you know why?
No. Why?
Yeah,
Can you please
because if I don't have good akhlaq, yeah, I'm a bad akhlaq person, bad manner person, so I do tawbah, then again I will become the same I will repeat. So same I'm repeating, so how then Allah can accept? But if I leave it, so definitely then, you know, then I'm not a bad akhlaq person. So that's why they said bad akhlaq, if I want to remain with my same manners, and then I can't want to do, just say, oh, whatever I said, you know, Allah forgive that, you know, then if I continue, then there is no benefit of that tawbah. Because some other sins, maybe that sin has been, you know, Allah have washed, and the other sin Allah will, but here they said no, even the past one, because you are keep doing the same thing. So I want to say that if I get the good manner spouse in my life and partner in my life, then, you know, automatically my all talents which we have, you know, because it's a big blessing of Allah, then I can use my talents, then I have more, you know, confidence in my life, then I can go and I can take the pleasure of, you know, my life. Otherwise there's no pleasure if you always have somebody who's, you know, not dealing with you in the nice way, proper way.
Definitely, it seems the words do have a very, very profound effect on the mom and the child, inshallah. So we really don't feel like cutting you, Alima, but we'll have to take a very short break and we'll get back and continue this very interesting topic, and we'll see what's more to learn in here. Thank you very much.
إلهي بالميامين هداتي من بني هاشم بخاتم النبيين.
Welcome back, our viewers. So we'll continue from where we left. So back to you, Alima. How does the husband and wife interaction affect the child during pregnancy and after the child is born? Because we know that hearing is one of the first abilities of the child that is developed. That's what the science says, and that's what the Quran says, that the child starts to hear from the very from the second or the third month during pregnancy. So he's hearing the constant talk of his father and his mother. So how should the interaction be between the mother and the father?
Zahra, it's true that even after the birth, not only in womb of the mother, the most of the time child is sleeping, but he's hearing everything. And even if he is not sleeping, he can't see properly.
Right,
Yeah?
that's what we know. That his vision is not clear for 40 days, and he can't see anything close to for a few scans.
Definitely.
But his hearing is strong. He can hear everything very clearly.
From womb of the mother, he's hearing that.
He's developed. That's the first senses he develops. The hearing, the sense of hearing.
That's why Islam is so sensitive, and even Quran says very beautifully this Surah Qaf. I love this ayah, and sometimes really I recite this ayah and I say I don't know how should I reply, and I say labbaik to this ayah number 18 of Surah Qaf, which says that ma yalfizu min qawlin illa ladayhi raqibun atid. Like we as a human being, we are taking that conversation and the talks which we talk, we have taken it very easily, but we don't know that each and every word which comes out from our mouth, ma yalfidhu min qawl illa, definitely there is some like raqib who's carefully watching and atid means he's who's prepared, and our talks, our words, our sentences, our phrases which we pronounce, all of those words are part of our a'mal. We don't think that everything is going on.
And if I'm wrong, just correct me. I've heard that words that we speak, the sounds that we make, always stay. They're never destroyed. They stay in the atmosphere.
Now, Zahra, we can understand this whatever
the concept of
Islam.
Ayat.
Nowadays, it's so easy to understand. Before it wasn't easy. That's why they said there some research has gone on, and they can get to know that the most common and the most voice which they can they have collected, and it has been remain is Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, something like that, sound of
so
Hussein.
For our viewers, that's Surah Al-Kahf, verse number 59. So we can actually go and check the tafsir and see what the Quran has to say about this very scientific point, which has been proved by our scientists lately.
Yes. And then the words which especially because we are talking about the parents, the husband and wife, because whatever they are talking, the child is listening.
Watching, right?
So some words which we talk, those are very constructive words, and some are very destructive. Quran says kalimatun tayyiba, for good words, which we use in our daily life, and kalimatun khabitha. So I'll give you some examples, because these are very, very important and very common between us, but we never realize the bad effects of it. Like, for example, we say to each other, or these words are very common, and unfortunately in some families, like we say to each other that you're not intellectual, like you're so lazy, you are liar, you are scary cat or chicken, or you are so dumb, and you are dirty, you are so talkative. So these words, our Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they never ever used to use this kind of word. We have to.
Okay, what if they don't mean it? If they just say it because of out of habit, or
that's why
they don't really mean, because they don't have any evil intention towards each other. It's just that it comes out habitually.
That is a bad habit.
So that
bad
has
manner.
the bad effect.
And it is usually, like I'm thinking 90% of people, they just this say
They just
without
say,
mean, yeah.
right.
And that means, that it's become their habit. And that's why we have to pray to Allah, oh Allah, change our all habits, even good. Because habit means, it becomes habit. We are not doing intentionally. We are, our intention,
It's
our
just coming
niyyah.
naturally
Yeah.
then, right.
So we should do niyyah again. Our intention should be for Allah, and we do for Allah, and we should be aware of what we are doing, even good things or even bad things. So definitely, because of habit, even we shouldn't say, or some phrases and some sentences which we sometimes we use, like we say, you always forget everything, you always burn your food, you don't know anything, you are so lazy, others can do better than you. Because this kind of words can make our relationship, our bond very, very weak. And it can break our hearts, and it can put that hatred. Yeah. And it's I think it can remain, it can put the strain which never ever can go very easily. Some
It's a
kind of
long-lasting
negative
effect, yeah.
very negative effects, we are not aware of it. We think it's so common. We say,
So
and
it's
we
like a
never,
slow poison, and
Yes,
it works
yes.
on its own
Yeah,
inside the heart and the mind.
definitely. Yeah, sometimes you say, you are always lost, and it's enough. You are so mean, you are so selfish. Or we say, you never ever can be changed, you always do a lot of mistakes, and you are very senseless. Or you always search for look for some reasons, and you are foolish, you always come late. Why? Inshallah, I'll give you some details that what we can say instead of these words. Because maybe some viewers, they are thinking that if my husband's come late, so I have to say you are always come late. But the word always, it's wrong. Maybe sometimes he comes on time,
Right, so you're
even once.
generalizing it,
Yeah,
right.
we are making his some negative points very, very
You're magnifying it, and
yes,
right.
that is a wrong thing. And you always forget, you are forgetful, or you do everything not in order. You never ever tell me truth. You never ever, you always, these are very
Really powerful words
Yes,
to
yes.
destroy a person, right?
And then sometimes to child, sometimes wife say that your father, look at him, God forbid he's like this, and something like that. Or I never had any good luck with you, and you are not in our, you're not thinking about us. I don't know where money goes, you're always busy. Whatever I see, you never listen, and you don't know any news of your house. I'm tired of you, I'm tired of this situation. You were like this from beginning, you are like this, and you will remain like this. So we are making our partner's habit stronger and stronger and stronger, more stronger. So that is, and we don't want it. We want him to become a good person. That's why we are saying, you are so lazy. So we want to tell him that, oh, don't be a lazy. But we are doing wrong. We are doing completely in opposite way. Yeah.
way, right.
And we don't know the effects of it. Because even in front of child, we shouldn't say that, oh, my child is so shy. Because if you say, each and every time we say he's shy, he become more shy and more shy and more shy.
Right.
So like that, if you say you always comes late, you always do late, so he'll say, okay, that automatically he'll think, okay, you're saying I'm a dirty person, so I'm dirty, I'm not tidy. I come late, so I'll come late, because my wife, she knows I'm late person. She always tell me like this. So there's no respect then more for you. And sometimes I have heard some men, they say to their wife that at the first time you have cooked the best food, tasty food. First time. So sometimes it's not the first time. Many times you have, told me in front of me.
The same statement before.
Yeah. So these kind of, words, Imam Ali alayhi salam, he says so beautifully, La muhabbata ma'a kasratil mara. If there's a lot of words fighting and this kind of talks, then there's no muhabbat, there's no love, there's nothing will remain, because whenever he comes, you say something and he will say something in reply. Look at the poor children who are listening, or from home of the mother, or in your house. Or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, لا تحقرن أحدا من المسلمين فإن صغيرهم عند الله كبير. Look at the importance of the human being. What our Prophet is saying, you don't have right to humiliate any of Muslim or believing man or woman, any of them. Why? Because even the whoever is very, very low in your eyes is very, very high in the eyes of Allah. So Allah, our Prophet is talking about the Muslim. So wife or husband has more rights than any other ordinary
Muslim,
person.
okay.
Yeah. So we have to be very careful about what we are talking. And I will tell you that other tayyib kalmat, which Quran says tayyib means pure and beautiful kalmat. Like we say, thanks, inshallah, well done, perfect, you are so intellectual. Again, I'm hopeful, best, good, like my love, my life, my friend. You are so struggling a lot, you are full of skill, you are so accurate, like daqiq, you are so intelligent, you are so sharp, and you are pious, you have so much forbearance, very, very full of patience, each and every time.
Positive
you
words.
say it will affect. And really, Zahra, I have experienced in my life, because when some of my friends, if they say, oh, for example, Razia, she always wears whatever is in it's just so this, so I'll say, oh, she thinks I'm like that. Or Razia is always on time, mashallah, she's so particular about time. So I'll say, Allah, my this friend, she respects my this habit a lot, so I have to show her. She thinks so automatically. And even Islam says that you have to respect others' view. If they think you are very good, so be good with them.
Come up to their
yes,
expectations.
yeah, definitely. And you are so calm, you are so kind, I'm so lucky I'm with you. And about the phrases, like we say, oh Allah, give you more tawfiq, or give you more reward, and I'm so happy with you, I can do whatever I can do, you have whatever you want to do, you can do, like if there's any suggestion. And I don't have any words to express my thanks to you. Can I help you? Can I do something for you? I can understand you. I'm thinking like this, what is your opinion? Taking opinion. Or sometimes you can say that can you tell me why why you have done this? I can't understand you. I think you are doing the most, you are taking most of the burden of house, I'm not taking. Because really we can say, because I think some of the especially wives, they are thinking that if we say like this, my husband will become more demanding, like they scare of this. But look at the character of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. They never ever use that kind of kalamatul khabisa and bad words, but how people were so humble towards them. Believe and be have faith on Allah, what Allah has said. Don't scare. This is shaitan who comes and put this kind of whispering on your heart, and no, don't say too much, don't be very humble in front of him. Then they are so demanding, they will become more demanding if you say whatever you say. Because some people, they think like this, but inshallah we should see whatever Quran is saying, whatever Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is saying. And then sometimes you can say you are always ahead of everything, good things. it looks so nice that you pray always namaz on time. Yeah, and can I do your this work, and you can go and study, especially the husbands, they can say like this, because most of the time, a wife can't do, because of cooking and housework and children, so they can say, I can see you look upset, something wrong I have done, please tell me. So there are a lot of other examples we can give. Just I'm taking a lot of today, today's program's time, because
it's very information for our
because nobody tells us that
these points,
because some of the words, like we say, oh, I'm tired of this situation, I'm tired of these are negative.
These are very common, and we don't even realize that we have said them.
Yes. And Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said very beautifully that ahsanu samt ma kana ani zalal, the best like we can say silence, because silence itself is the biggest ibadat. The best silence is if you know somebody's mistake and you be quiet, sometimes
you
hide it. And husband and wife, they are the dress of each other. So dress means, if you are in high temper, I have to change my clothes, like how the environment
the air condition works,
like that. We have to change ourselves according to situation which is coming on.
Amazing. So it is indeed very good to know all these minute points that we seem to oversee sometimes, as you said, some common words that come out of habit, whereas they should not be used.
Yes.
Right,
And even Quran says very beautifully, I think in Surah Mujadila, the first ayah of Surah Mujadila, which says that قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُكَ فِي زَوْجِهَا وَتَشْتَكِي إِلَى اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ السَّمِيعُ وَاللَّهُ يَسْمَعُ تَحَاوُرَكُمَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ بَصِيرٌ. Like a lady, she came to Prophet and she was complaining about her husband. So Allah said, I'm listening, I'm Sami, I'm Basir. So whatever we are talking, Allah is listening. And so we can judge, check ourselves that we are among those people who are using the kalimat al-tayyiba, best kalimat, or among those who are not using it. So I'll give just some question. I know there's we are running out of the time. Like when we get upset, when we are in angry mood, what kind of words we use? So we can check ourselves. We can write our diary, self-accountability diary. If somebody do some kind of complaint from you, like some comments, they give negative comments on you, they say your this habit is not good. So what kind of response we give? That is our imtihan. That is our trial. Because if you are good, my husband is good with me, then it's not a big deal if I give smile to his smile. But if he makes me angry, then what should how I will respond? If my husband or my wife is not listening to me, I'm saying something, but he's not listening, he's not giving any attention to my talks, what should I do? What kind of react I will do? And if some kind of pressure I have from my work, and then how I will deal with situation, manage.
Right?
So that time I should know that Surah Mujadila is there, Allah is there, and there are many other beautiful examples, inshallah. We will discuss after.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Alima, for sharing a lot of your information with us today. And I'm sure our viewers have benefited a lot, especially from the second half of the program, where we learned so much about the kalimatul tayyiba and the kalimatul khabitha. And the homework that our Alima has given us today, and always to do, not just for today, but to do it always, to answer these questions that put us in a very difficult situation, the stressful situation that if somebody is reacting with me in a bad way, how should I manage or how should I respond? So these are just one of the very powerful things for self-building. And obviously, if we build ourselves and if we are perfect in our own self, we can pass on this positive effect to our children or to our generation. So with this, we'd like to say thank you to your viewers, and we'll see you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.